We're always so hard on ourselves. I believe that we need to take it easy on ourselves a little bit and celebrate our success, enjoy life a little bit more. I wrote out my top 10 or 11 items that I believe if you possess this, that you're on your way to success, or you are a success already. Mindset is a huge portion of what makes people success or have that it factor or get along and move forward in life is their attitude and their mental attitude and their outlook on life is super important. And all of this stuff, they never taught any of us this in school. So we are going over all of this, and we're building a community of like-minded individuals to hang out with and, be in the cool club. Back to number one, and this is not in any particular order. Number one, I believe, is owning up to your faults. Knowing what your faults are, owning up to them, trying to be better, working on yourself is one thing that I believe if everyone did, not shroud your weakness, just own up to your faults and who you are and what you're trying to accomplish. That to me is a successful mindset all on its own. Two is you take care of yourself. Idea of coming up with these top 10 or 11 successful traits was my alone time. Every morning I take a half hour, an hour just to get in the zone and think about things. Life comes at you so fast. You need that time to reflect, to exercise. There's nothing more important to get those endorphins going and taking care of your body and just getting on a treadmill for a half an hour and just think of nothing else. I'm super excited today because we have a pickleball tournament tonight, and I love pickleball, and it's windy outside, and I'm like so excited because I love playing pickleball in the wind. So having that time and spending time with friends is so important and vital for your success and mental stability, and just having that time just to think about nothing other than being in the moment of an activity or just that half hour alone in the morning with your coffee to be able to think. Number three, you're not afraid to say no. I know back a lot of us in the early days, I would always be yes. I said yes to everything because I was afraid, well, what if I said no? Would they be upset? Being the value of no and being able to say no, not feel bad about it is huge. You're on your way to a successful mindset when you can say no and not feel bad about it. And the other big one is talking yourself out of your inner dialogue and having a different inner dialogue, changing the way that you think and realize when you're doing it. Like everyone has inner dialogue. Everyone has the moments where they create scenarios in their head and maybe spin out about something, but you've made it when you can realize that you're doing the inner dialogue, get it to stop and rephrase or realize that everything you just created in your head isn't reality, and getting yourself out of that inner dialogue or self-hatred. If you're saying mean things to yourself in your mind, you got to stop that and you've got to reposition that. So I believe knowing, you're on that way to successful mindset is knowing when you have that inner dialogue, stopping it and refocusing your brain and realizing and talking yourself out of your own inner dialogue. Big, major on way to successful mindset with that. This is a big one too. Number 6 is you're not judgmental of other people. Especially in this day and age with social media, it blows my mind what people will say to one another when they're behind a keyboard and they forget there's a human. It's just unbelievable to me the way people treat one another nowadays. It just is crazy. So not being judgmental of others, being nice regardless if they know who you are or not is huge. As having a successful mindset is not judging other people. We all know there's only one judge, and it's not you and I. So keeping the judgmental out of your life and your mindset is massive and on your way to successful mindset. Huge. And then along with that is you're not involved in gossip. That's a waste of time. I just drives me crazy when I see people gossiping about each other. If you want to lift people up, you don't want to be involved in office gossip or gossip in general. If people that are successful, they don't get caught up in that. They're not into gossip or putting other people down to make themselves feel better. So my hat's off to you if you're not gossiping. Also, another one that I thought was important is you're not afraid to be alone. You know, you don't need action, 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 stimulation. It's okay to sit. It's okay to be alone. It's okay to read a book, just sit quietly. You know, we're in such a day and age where everything's just so action driven. You can always, you know, click this, thumb through this, flip this. Just sometimes it's okay to just sit and do nothing. That actually is the hardest action of all. Just do nothing. You're not afraid to be alone. You're okay with yourself. You like your alone time. Another way you can tell you're on your way to success. And this one ranked up big for me is you stop caring what other people think of you. You're not afraid to put yourself out there because it doesn't really matter to you what other people think of you. I mean, for me, it's my inner circle that actually knows me. That's who I care who thinks about me because they know the real me and they're part of my inner circle. So knowing that you just don't care what other people think, you're able to go out and do other things that you never thought you'd be able to do because you're not afraid of what other people might say about you or gossip about you. Then you know you're on your way to a successful mindset because you don't care what other people think about you. Because guess what? They're not going to be, when you're there alone and it's your time to go, those people aren't going to be around you. They're not going to be there at your bedside. So stop caring about what other people think of you and you know you're on your way to success if you don't. And my biggest one always, huge, huge, huge. And if you don't feel this way and this is something that's not in your life, you need to change this like ASAP, is accountability. You have to have accountability for your action. You cannot be a victim. Soon as you're accountable for your actions and what your part is and whatever happened in life, your whole life will change. Once you have accountability, everything changes. I remember the moment I learned this lesson, where I was, how old I was, who taught it to me, and accountability will literally change your life. It changed my life. Accountability is huge. Knowing and taking accountability for your actions, your part in anything is massive. And when you do that, you'll all of a sudden start to see other people around you that try to play the victim and that victim mentality. And you'll be like, wow, that person, they have no accountability whatsoever. That one is the biggest one that I see that when I'm around other successful people is accountability. And last but not least is being present. This one's a big one for all of us nowadays because we can flip this, move this, chat this, you know, we can always have action, 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 and being present, being in the moment. And I'll tell you guys a funny story. I was bad at this because I am a workaholic. I love working. I'm a type A. I love working. It's what I do. It's my passion. Every year around Christmas time, I make this big painting and I'll show you around Christmas this coming year because it'll be up. It's not up right now, but I make a big present and each year we hang them on all the walls, which are running out of wall space now. It's to keep me back and to always remember to be present. And to be present in the moment is so huge and monumental. And you know you're on your way to success when you are present in whatever you're doing. Put down the phone. Be present with the people around you. Make them the most important thing when they are around you. So be present in the moment, whatever you're doing. We are the land of multitaskers now. And I put my phone down, I put everything down, and I want to be present in every moment that I can because that's the only thing I'm going to remember when it all comes down to it. Those are my keys for success. If you found this content worthy of a subscribe or like, I would greatly appreciate it. We are growing our subscribers and building a community of like-minded individual who want to come along for the ride. I absolutely adore you guys. This is D Money. Peace out.